All right. Well, good morning to you guys. Happy Tuesday to you. I know I didn't do a video yesterday and I apologize on that, but I did put up some work for you guys to work on. Um, we talked about this a little bit in January, but what we're going to do is I'm going to just kind of go over angles and triangles. All right. You guys should be able to see my screen right now. How it is, each teacher is kind of like responsible for doing a certain amount of work about different topics. So this is another seventh grade teacher. We're doing it on triangle sum, basically triangles and the different types. So test your background knowledge. So what do you know about triangles? Well, one thing you should know about triangles is that they have to have three sides, no matter what. But let's take a look at what else there is. So there's different types of angles. So we have an acute angle, less than 90 degrees. So anything 90, less than 90, so 89.9 would be an acute angle. Obtuse, over 90, that would be 90.1, all the way up to basically 359. I mean, until you get to a full circle, you're talking an obtuse angle. So even something like this, if I have a line here, it's supposed to be a straight line, and I have an angle, well, that ends up being an acute angle there, but you could argue that this, all the way around, would be an obtuse angle. Most people, when they look at it, they're going to be like, this is an acute angle. So, all right, now we also have right angle, which is exactly 90 degrees. All right, now let's continue on here. We have a scalene. That means one obtuse angle and two acute angles. So basically, one of the angles is bigger than 90 degrees, and the other two are going to be smaller than 90 degrees. And I think, to my knowledge, you can never have a triangle that has two obtuse angles. It's physically not possible. You can go ahead and try it, but you'll never be able to draw one out. And what would that look like? Well, if I do an obtuse angle here, and then I want to do an obtuse angle here, well, that's never going to match up to this one. If I want two obtuse angles, it got to match over to here. Yeah, I can draw a line here, but that is no longer a triangle. It's now a bucket. So you can never do two obtuse angles, only one is possible. We got a right angle. That's what the little designated little box is. When you see a little box like that, it means it's a right angle. We have an isosceles triangle. That means all three angles are acute. And then we have an equilateral triangle. Each of the sides, I believe each of the sides have to be the same because all angles are the same. So in order to make it, you can't make it where one would be longer than the other because the angles won't be the same anymore. All right. So we're just trying to figure out what the missing angles in a triangle are. And let's move on. Oh, regardless of the type of triangle, the sum of all three angles will always equal 180 degrees every time. So if you want to determine a set of angles that can make a triangle and find the missing angle, that's easy. So all you have to do is add them up, and if they equal 180, they're a triangle. If they don't, then they aren't a triangle. All right, let's try. Now this was posted yesterday just for you guys to look through and look at, but if you need a little help on the video of exactly what we're doing, that's what this is for. So do the following angle, make a triangle. We got 45, 62, and 73. I just got to add them up, and we find out that it equals 180. So therefore, it must be a triangle. Now, what would that look like? And I can give an estimate. So 45 would look something like that. 62 and 73. 73 is going to be less than 90. I don't know. It might look something like that. Something like that. This should be my 45. 62 would be a little bit, probably right here. And my 73 would be up here. That's another thing, guys. You might notice different lines. The reason we put one line on one, two lines on another, and three lines on another is to designate different angles. Sometimes you might see that. You might see like another triangle, and it might have three lines here. We're trying to tell you that this angle is related to this angle. Sometimes they like to flip the triangles, like you might see a triangle, it looks like this. And then it'd be like, okay, well, the three lines go right here. That's just to tell you, okay, well, if this is 45, then what would this angle be? Well, you'd have to do it in proportion to find out what it'd be. Doesn't mean that this would be 45. Well, actually, it would be, yeah. What it would be different is the length of the side. So if this is X and this is 3, you'll be able to find out what X is by using proportion. Anyway, that's a little different from what we're doing. All right, let's move on. So find the missing angle. So we got 47, 92. So just start with 180 and subtract it. And take my 180 and subtract 92 from right here. Subtract 47. I get 41. So missing angle is going to be 41 degrees. All right, let's see whether these ones add up to be 180. Well, if I just do this in my head, I can just round this and say 30. So if I say this is, say, 30, and even if I round this up to 30, I know right away that's 60. Now, if I round this up to 100, so that would be plus 100, that's going to equal about 160. So no, it did not equal 180. Now, of course, you can get a calculator and figure that out. But no, it'd be 152. I said 160 because I rounded. So, what's the missing angle? All right, well, this one you can't really do too much in the head. You kind of got to use a calculator for that part. So I'm just going to take 180, subtract 52. Well, I can do 180 minus 72, and that would be 108. So I got 108. I did 180 minus 72. And then I can do minus 56. So 8 minus 6 is 2. I didn't have to borrow. 10 minus 5 is 5. So it'd be 52. See if I'm right. Yep, okay, so 52. All right, now that is it on that particular part. Pretty simple in terms of just finding an angle. I wanted to go over one other thing. So I had some students ask me about, turning in work. Well, if you decide, I made this little document. This should be on the wall, the stream. Let me close this off. So if you guys go to, of course, your Google Classroom, and you look at this, there's a bunch of stuff up here. Look at the date. So the date is April 20th. This week yesterday. This week the actual presentation I posted. I do believe. Yeah. Here's the little PowerPoint that we just went over. Here's your Monday worksheet that you needed to try and do. You did not have to turn anything in on there. If you did this, great. If not, well, you can try it again. but we did not, I did not have a turn-in. So I'm working on turning in stuff. So I'm gonna go back. All right, so what I did is turn in work by photos. So what I got here is I got a little document. Say you go ahead and you printed it off and you want to turn it in. Instead of sending me an email on the photos, what you can actually do is you can actually, every person gets its own little Google Doc. So if you click on this, don't worry about like someone else will see it. Nobody else will see it except me. And then I'll be able to click on this and I'll be like, okay, here's this part. And so, as you would like to print out work completely on paper, take a picture, instead of emailing it to me, let's try something different. On this document, go to the top and select Insert Image from the computer. I even put a little thing. So you go Insert Image, Upload from the computer. Okay. Well, what would I like to do? I want to put in, now I can't do a PDF. So you're going to have to make sure that your paper is a JPEG. Don't save it as a PDF, because look at PDF, I can't put it in there. So yeah, I got this one. This is basically the assignment that we're doing for today. So I could go ahead and click that. Say I already took a picture and I wanted to insert it. Now you can put it at the top, you can put it at the bottom, whatever you feel that you want to do. And that would be, okay, that's your work, you already did it. So that is certainly one way that you can do it. And then I think in the upper right corner somewhere, it's not going to be on mine, you got a little turn in box and you turn it in. And then I will be able to see, okay, well, this person turned it in. Yeah, so different people from different classes have already turned stuff in. So that is one way that I can find out whether if you turned it in and what it is that you did. That is kind of optional. You don't really need to turn everything in that is done by paper. The stuff that I'm going to be grading on will most likely be the stuff that I did online. So what did I do today? Well, this is the paper that I wanted you guys to work on today. But instead of having you guys print it out and then try and write it all out and then take a picture of it and email it me, you can do that if you would like. However, I thought of an easier option. And what I did is I put it into a Google slide. And if you guys go back to here, Tuesday Triangle Online Worksheet. So if you click on that, yours will come up with something like this. You're not going to see the student work part. You can click on it and it should be a copy for every student, so it's not going to override. Now, you guys might be like, what is going on here? Well, I put text boxes in there, and all you have to do is first you need to go to view if you're using a computer, at least go to 100%, so then you can see it. All right, it says at the top, enter your answers in each blue box. Okay, simple enough. Yeah, there we go. So if this angle 25, this angle 30, well, I know that the entire thing must be 180. So if the entire box is 180, I'll just do this one for you, minus 25, that's one of the angles, that equals that, minus 30 is my other angle. Oh, 125. Okay, my answer is 125. All right, move on to your next question. Now, as you do this, I think in the upper right, again, it's going to have a little turn-in. It's not going to have the share. It might have a share. It's got a little turn-in. I want you to turn it in. And then I will be able to see what your answers are for each one of these. All right. Let's see what else there is. I think that is going to be it. Turning work by photos. All right. So if you guys have any questions, you can, of course, type in. I'm going to put the video up here. I'll be sharing it after I post that. just like it is in the previous one. You can, of course, type in a class comment, and if you have questions, and that'll be my way of being able to see that, okay, what can I do to help you with? Now, guys, I'll probably try and post the answers to this triangle one tomorrow, but I think you guys should get it pretty easily. These one, it says classify each triangle. So that's where you're going to have to go back to your PowerPoint. I remember what that is. Well, actually, I can go back to this one. So the PowerPoint from this one. So if you go back to this, it's going to be type of angles, type of triangles. So for this one, the measures of two angles are 53 and 76. So what would be the type of triangle that would be? Well, measures of 53 and 76. What would be left over? How much would be left over on that? Well, you have to find out what those two are. 53, 180 minus 51. Okay. So it looks like all of them are different. They're all different types of angles. They're not all the same. There's no obtuse angle. There's no right angle. And all of them are not 60 degrees. So I'd say that the only one that makes sense would be that. Now I'm just going to copy and paste. And I can just be like, okay, that's actually a triangle. I will go ahead and double check on that, but I believe that would be what the answer would be on that one. All right. Let me know if you have any questions. And see if I can stop share. All right. Bye.